Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie, and we're finally visiting Death Valley, a place Phil's wanted to go forever.
Northbound on Highway 17 in Arizona. We just had breakfast, the most random thing ever, with Kurt from SLB Drinks.
It was so nice. I had such a great time.
The most genuine, nice guy you could ever hope to meet. If you're not subscribed to his channel, I can't imagine that's a possibility. But if you're not, you should go subscribe to SLB Drinks. And now we're heading for a new state, Nevada. Here we come. Only 400 miles to go today.
All road trips need stops. We're at the Hoover Dam. What do you think about that?
Unexpected.
Unexpected. I love it. It's beautiful here. Welcome to state number 5. Well, we just went to the Hoover Dam and now we're ripping through Vegas. We're not stopping, no rolling of the dice for us today. But we're driving past Fremont, and Fremont's such a cool area. So if you're ever in Vegas, check it out. Well, that was a long driving day. We're at our campsite on the border of California and Nevada. We are ready to relax, have a beer. Death Valley is on deck. So we knew we wanted to come to Death Valley, but being Death Valley, it's super hot, and we needed hookups for Mavis to keep her cool and the air conditioning going. And we didn't know where we were gonna go, and we found this great place, Longstreet Hotel, Casino, and RV Park, and it's just the cutest thing. There's a little restaurant inside, the food was delicious, there's a little casino, there's things here and there, and there's trails out the back. We're just having the best time. If you're in the area, you should stop here and stay. I talked Phil into a run behind our campground. It's 90 degrees. We got lots of water with us. I'm not sure he's super thrilled, but there's flowers blooming, and we're gonna go down this deserted road.
I'm not super thrilled. Well, it felt like the foothills were a long ways off, but here we are 4.5 miles later at our turnaround point. Hot and windy, but really gorgeous out here.
So stunning.
Well, what a week you've chosen to join the Bourbon Van on this journey. We have had such an awesome time. And this week, it's not just a little bit of Nevada. It's not just a little bit of California, but it's also a little bit of Tennessee. You have chosen such a great week to join the Bourbon Van, and we couldn't be more excited to share this with you because it's been such a cool time. Mm-hmm. We literally went from a place that is uninhabitable to a place that was once the biggest city in Nevada, not just once, for like 40 years. And now they call it a living ghost town. And we've got some very cool things to share with you from each of those places. But before we get started, we want to let you know what we're sipping on this evening. And what it is this Dickel 9-year Tennessee whiskey. We actually picked this up, if you saw our El Paso whiskey hunting video, we picked this up in Sunland Park, New Mexico, on the border with El Paso, Texas. This is 46.9% alcohol. It's in the 90s. Proof-wise,
92.
There you go. Okay, thank you very much. And it's a George Dickel Tennessee whiskey. We got this for $17.99. A lot of you out there going, why are they drinking a Dickel single barrel? What's that got to do with anything?
$18.
$18 we bought this for. We're not going to do a very thorough tasting on this whiskey. We can tell you that tonight. But at the end of this video, we'll let you know whether we think it was worth the scoop for $18.
I feel like it could be trash whiskey, but for $18, it's gonna be fine. Like, you know it's gonna be decent, but we got it for less than 2 cocktails.
Yeah, it depends where you get your cocktails from, but you're absolutely right. Well, before we get into the whiskey at all, we are excited to share with you our time at Death Valley National Park.
Death Valley, here we come.
We're leaving this charming little RV park on the state line between Nevada and California to go do a bucket list item we've been wanting to run in the Badwater Basin for years, the lowest altitude place in America. Here we go. Wow, it's hot out there.
And it's not even hot compared to Death Valley standards.
Well, it felt hot to me, but that is a really cool place. And what we didn't expect today at all, we heard that this had been turned into a lake because of that atmospheric river that we encountered when we were on the coast 2.5, 3 months ago now. It actually had water everywhere. I don't know about you, my feet are disgusting.
Yeah, I got salt from the knees down, full coverage on the shoes. I'm just gonna have to rinse these babies out, but it was really cool. I mean, so beautiful. I think what I didn't expect was it was so mountainous here.
Yeah, the cool thing is you get all the way out there and you look straight up and there's the peak of Mount Whitney, and that is, in this country, the most altitude that you can see in a straight line anywhere in the country, from the lowest point up all the way to Mount Whitney. And then you turn around to come back the other direction and there's the sea level sign hundreds of feet in the air above your head. Just super cool. What an unusual place. The wind is insane. We were rocking and rolling all over the place here, but it was totally worth it. This is such a fun place.
I know, and we were just doing a pass through, but I want to come back and explore a little bit more. Maybe when it's a little bit cooler. A couple months prior.
Yeah, sometime in the wintertime would be great.
It was 100, now it's 99.
Look again.
Oh, yay! We made it! I can't believe just an hour ago it was 100 degrees, and now it's kind of chilly.
Right, yeah, Goldfield, Nevada here. We are pretty high up, over 5,000 feet altitude, and what we didn't expect here was that there would be, first off, a fairly modern RV park. It's actually very quaint. It's right in the middle of town. You kind of feel like you're part of the scene. But the cool thing about Goldfield is that it's all still here. There was a fire that wiped out a chunk of it. There was a flood, a flash flood that wiped out a chunk of it. And that's why so many people left. The old vehicles are still here. The mining equipment is still here. And one of the coolest things that we did while we were here is go to the longest continuously operated saloon in all of Nevada, the Santa Fe Saloon. That was really cool. We got to meet some locals, and they kind of invited us into their nonsense, and they talk as much nonsense as we do. It was really fun.
What a cool little place. When you enter the town, you don't really know what to think about it. But like Phil said, there's hidden gems everywhere. You just have to walk the streets, read the signs, find the history. And for a town that small, 2 saloons, and you bet we went to both of them.
Yeah, we absolutely did. And if you're wondering What do you drink at the oldest continuously operated saloon in Nevada? Wild Turkey 101, a double pour for just $6.
Loved it.
Beautiful.
Loved it.
They have a historical society that actually has numbers on a bunch of different buildings you can walk around. Visitor Center wasn't open when we were there, so we couldn't do that. But we went to the Dinky Diner for breakfast.
I didn't want to pass up an opportunity to say, if you do go to the Dinky Diner, I had the Texas Benedict, which was a biscuit, sausage patty, egg, and then the biscuit on top, and then smothered in delicious gravy. And it was to die for. It was so delicious.
Yeah, Julie swooning. That's always fun to see. But yeah,
very healthy for you.
we expected so little from Goldfield. It was literally just, we started off in the morning, we were in Nevada, then we got to Death Valley in California, and then we were back into Nevada because of the route that we're choosing to take home here. We thought, boy, the end of the day, we're just going to be exhausted. We're not going to do anything. And we wound up having a great time. We recorded a 5-Sip Friday out there, which was fantastic in the dark. And just enjoyed the locals and the place. And it's super walkable. We didn't have to drive anymore, which was so nice. Just a very cool place and a surprisingly interesting, historically relevant town. We love that kind of thing. When you're traveling and you wind up in a ghost town that's still active and not really a ghost town, it's a livable ghost town. I could have spent a lot more time there. I would have loved to dig into the history.
Yeah, and they're definitely trying to revitalize the town a little bit. I mean, the people who live there, they're doing the best to bring their town back, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah, so kudos to all of you from Goldfield. We hope that you're watching this going, oh, so that's who those kids were that came through town. They seem very confused why we were there ultimately, but check out Goldfield if you're ever passing by that way. We're here in Goldfield, Nevada, just a stop on a whim. We had no intentions of being here, but now that we're here, it's a really cool old town. It used to be the biggest city in all of Nevada for something like 40 years, and there are some weird pop culture references here. We were parked directly across the street in this RV park. We looked across. The town of Baxter, California Sheriff's Office. Well, California is way over there, so it didn't make any sense at all. So we looked it up, and in their pop culture reference on Wikipedia, we found that parts of Goldfield and also parts of nearby Tonopah served as the fictional town of Baxter, California in the 1998 film Desert Blue, which was written by Morgan Freeman. And now we all know that. Other fun things, parts of the classic 1971 car chase movie Vanishing Point were filmed here. The town was featured in 2 episodes of State Trooper, Rod Cameron's syndicated television series that aired from 1956 to 1959. If you've seen any of this stuff, you have to comment below and let us know if it's worth seeking out. And in the 1988 movie Cherry 2000, Goldfield was used as a set of the fictional town of Glory Hole. I'm not familiar with that one either. 1995 movie The Stranger was filmed in and around Goldfield. An abbreviated depiction of Goldfield is featured in the video game American Truck Simulator. Well, I don't really know any of these references, but I just thought it was interesting that this super old gold mining town, which seems to have very little going for it until you look a little closer, has so many pop culture references, and I don't know, it's just an interesting place that we've had a lot of fun exploring. So we have to talk about this 9-year Dickel, and this is a bottle that we've seen other single barrel picks that are 9-year aged George Dickel Tennessee whiskeys. $45, $50, even $55. So $17.99 is crazy.
So first off, $18. Can't beat it.
Yeah.
But even if it wasn't $18, and let's say that it wasn't, there's really nice cherry in here, some really good oak. It's got a little hint of caramel and vanilla. I think this is, we got a screaming deal, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is a screaming deal. The vanilla and the cherry are the things that stand up. There is a hint of that, the Dickel flavor profile, which is very unusual. If you've had Dickel, you know it. If you haven't, definitely try some Dickel, and you'll know what we're talking about right away. I have to say, I am enjoying this whiskey. I think that this will be a great one to share with our friends, because back home we have a group of friends that really, really likes George Dickel products, and I think they're going to love this one. I'm certainly enjoying it, and yeah, for $18, it's a heck of a deal. Very nice whiskey. 9 years aged. You gotta like that.
Yeah, and I like the spice of this too. So it's not too spicy, but there is a nice little kick there.
A lot of times with a Dickel product like this, we're looking for it to be over 100 proof. With this one, I think that the spice is very satisfying. The balance, it sort of belies the fact that it's under 100 proof. If you didn't know better, I think you'd think this is over 100. And I'm enjoying it. I think it's a very solid whiskey. And for $18, I want to say, great job of whiskey hunting Julie and Phil.
Great find. It was on the bottom shelf too. Nuts.
That's nuts. Yeah, absolutely. Well, very nice whiskey, very nice company. Thank you for joining me in Nevada and California.
And thank you guys for joining us.
We hope you enjoyed this look at Death Valley National Park at Goldfield, Nevada. Visit it if you get the chance, and from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers. I like it.
I like it too.
$18.
Good job, us.
Good job. Nice job, Mavis.